Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Today we're going to be talking about the fact that maybe the Birkin bubble has been burst. Kelly bubble has been burst. Are Hermes prices going down? Oh, this is a topic. Subscribe to my channel first here on the tube. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today. Gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon, superdacob, all spelled together, for extra perks there as well. Thank you to my members and patrons who have already pledged. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream every Saturday, and you're all welcome to join me for the live chats. Queue in the live chats, and while you're at it, Halloween is around the corner. My new Halloween merch is out, so go check that out as well. The FOMO merch, the Journey merch. But since we're talking about Hermes, the Journey merch. And also, Louis the Pumpkin merch is out as well as the Dacob merch. Spooky. Listen, according to Style Luxury SCMP, this is the title of their article. They say, why are rich Chinese consumers selling their Rolexes? Passing on your luxury watch or Hermes Birkin bag might get you cash quick in China's struggling economy, but prices are dropping. Most of the resellers and consignment stores in China are experiencing several percentages, I think up to 5 to 10%, from 5 to 19% price drops on secondhand luxury goods, mostly Hermes bags, most coveted ones being the Birkin and the Kelly. Now, everything I say in this video is just my opinion, just for entertainment purposes only. Everything's alleged, so don't shoot the messenger here. But it's interesting what this article states is that as much of China's urban population continues to face strict and sporadic COVID-19 lockdowns, the Chinese watch world finds itself affected too, as well as their luxury bags. The second-hand market for high-end goods has been one of the hardest hit as a result of Beijing's strict adherence to zero COVID. With little good news on the horizon for the country's economy, the prices of second-hand luxury goods have fallen rapidly. It seems even the wealthy are exercising caution, cutting back on their discretionary spending and selling their Rolex watches and Hermes bags to raise cash. Whether a smart and strategic move or panic selling based on fear of the unknown, the outcome is the same. Oh, thank you for purchasing the Journey t-shirt, Anonymous. Now, they talk about affluent consumers. Literally, they say China's affluent consumers. Did Anna Bay write this article? One doth wonder. Seemed happy to spend on luxury goods at the beginning of the pandemic. And this is something that happened worldwide. I mean, people didn't go on holiday. They were home. They had, the money that was saved up for special occasions like holidays. Well, now you spend all that money on what? Luxury goods. Because you had that extra cash. If you had it, you spent it frivolously. The roaring 20s in a very macabre type of way. Silly how history has a tendency of repeating itself in the worst of ways, though. Because if we are repeating the roaring 20s, well, we all know how the 30s went, and we don't want that to repeat. That's for sure. So China's affluent consumers seemed happy to spend on luxury goods at the beginning of the pandemic, particularly since international travel was restricted. However, since then, China's increasingly strict zero-COVID policy, which saw a full lockdown in China's financial and commercial capital, Shanghai, earlier this year, has meant even some of the country's wealthiest citizens have seen their cash flow take a hit. Giving away their expensive niceties has therefore become a no-brainer for some. Now, the Financial Times then recently reported that Watcheco, an industry portal for used luxury watches, had seen the price of second-hand Rolex Submariners, a watch on every watch lover's wish list, fall 46% since March. And it's not just expensive watches, even luxury bag dealerships in Shanghai and Hangzhou have reportedly cut the price of classics, such as the Birkin, by up to a fifth over the same period. And then they say something interesting. They say The boom time is over, says James Wang, a seller of secondhand luxury watches in the eastern city of Nanjing. We are entering a correction period that could last for a long, long time. And this is coming from a reseller. And if they're already gearing up for a struggle for survival, you know the jig is up for the luxury houses as well. Patek Philippe says you never actually own its watch, but merely look after it for the next generation, he continues. Well, that's not the case in a business crisis. It's probably the weakest I've seen in my 25 years in China. The reality is that businesses are playing a to and fro game of raising and slashing prices at the beck and call of COVID regulations. Now, and who could have seen such a predicament coming when the cost of secondhand Rolexes rose by 240% just 6 months before Shanghai's lockdown? And is it going to end there? They are having doubts that once these restrictions are lifted and once the economy starts opening up, that people are actually going to still want to buy these products. By then, they might have found other venues to show off their wealth, or they might not want to show off their wealth as much anymore, and they're just going to prioritize other things that make them happier. Either way you put it, the outcome is relatively scary, to say the least, for the brands manufacturing these goods, because if not now, when will they finally realize that they are in trouble? Dark times are ahead for them. Just from my analysis, I think luxury brands are acting so strongly, trying to behave like nothing is wrong. Let's up our prices even more. Check this out. Acting like it's all good. But I have a sneaky suspicion that raising all of these prices is not just because they want to make themselves more exclusive. It seems to me as if they're also doing this to create a little buffer for when times get real tough, so that they have some sort of money that they can use to wager a situation and, survive over a recession. What are your thoughts? Kev says, love a correction period. Wouldn't it be good to find things at retail so you can buy what you want when you want it? It would be amazing. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And until next time, never forget to never give up on love. And read Trina's comment. Attitudes have drastically changed, especially where people want to put their money. Thank you so much. Subscribe.